back to Amy Rose reads Scooby Doo on Zombie Island 1997 version. I'm Amy Rose. Now let's continue where we left off. At least Shaggy and Scooby are still free, maybe, Fred whispered. We heard that, Fred, Lena scoffed. Those two pain in the butts. We didn't give a crap of making voodoo dolls out of them. Lena then hissed. What the heck are you planning to do with us? Fred asked. Every harvest moon, we drain the lives out of those who are on the island so we can be immortal, Simone explained. There is more haunted stuff than I ever imagined. Daphne was horrified along with her friends. The next scene shows Shaggy and Scooby at the docks to the ferry, where they see Jacques walking towards them. I'm happy to see you all, Jacques chuckled as he transformed into a werecat. Shaggy and Scooby started to run at this point as a man-werecat chased Shaggy and Scooby in the swamp. The next scene shows Simone along with Lana, Fred, Bo, Daphne, and Velma in the voodoo ritual room. Morgan Moonscar caused all this. Simone started to explain to the gang about the history of how Morgan Moonscar caused Simone and Lana to be who they are as of now. The flashback was taking place around the 1700s. Simone explained that she and Lana were settlers in the island claiming to be their home. But when Moonscar and the pirates showed up in the land, they trashed the settlers' stuff and chased most of them into the bayou. But this flashback was even more dark than the 1998 version of the movie. We see some of the settlers were held back by some of the pirates who held them back in the camping spot. Lana and Simone were hiding in the tree to see the settlers that were in the bayou. Crocodiles were eating the settlers inside the swamp. The swamp became a bloodbath, and screams and cries can also be heard. Lana and Simone gasped when they saw the settlers being eaten alive. Another thing Simone mentioned was more disturbing. Simone explained that some of the settlers were being violated in many ways. So yeah, not going to say about what the pirates did to them. So you can imagine what has happened to them. We put the curse on the pirates to destroy them as they destroyed our island. Our wish was granted. Simone explained that she and Lena became cat creatures and killed off all the pirates. But after that, the cat god's power cursed them as well. Over the years, people still come to the island, Lena explained. Another flashback appears with spice traders that started a pepper plantation house. When the next harvest moon showed up, Lana and Simone explained that they lured people to their island. Just like how you lured us, Fred explained. And those zombies are the dead souls you've drained. They're trying to warn us, Daphne said as another cat shriek was heard. Sounds like Jacques has found your friends, Lena growled. The old man wanted to be immortal, so we gave it to him. Simone replied. The next scene shows Shaggy and Scooby running until the cat creature appeared in front of them. Going somewhere? Jacques picked up Shaggy and Scooby and looked at them. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Jacques then roared at Shaggy and Scooby as the zombies walked towards the cat creature and started to tackle him. No, Scoob, this is our chance. Shaggy and Scooby ran away as they can. Soon they ran inside a cave and knocked Simone and Lena away from the tied-up friends. Look out! Velma said as Shaggy and Scooby looked to see Simone and Lena getting up and growling. I had enough with that dog, Simone growled. I was surprised that Simone almost said the F word. Simone and Lena then transformed fully into cat creatures and started to chase after Shaggy and Scooby. Velma grabbed one of the voodoo dolls and freed herself, and then she freed her friends from being tied up. The zombies found their way inside the cave as they attacked the cat creatures. Shaggy, the zombies are the good guys, Daphne said as Shaggy and Scooby were then chased by Jacques, who grabbed them. Scooby saw one of the peppers and sprayed the juices on Jacques' eyes, who groaned in pain. Lena and Simone grabbed Shaggy and Scooby and began to drain their lives as they were pulled away, all of a sudden by Daphne and Velma, and made voodoo dolls out of them. Simone ran up to Daphne and looked at her with angry eyes. "You know what, Daphne Blake? I'll just kill you, like in what every creature does in horror movies." Simone raised her right paw and gave Daphne's face a good swipe across the face. Daphne groaned in pain as she looked at Simone with scratch marks on her face. Her left eye had a cut and her eye was bleeding. Fred, along with Bo, made sure Shaggy and Scooby were okay, which they were good, thank goodness. Daphne was being scratched to death by Simone, and Daphne was trying to keep the beast off of her. Simone was attacking Daphne like a hunter would from Left 4 Dead would do. Get it off me!" Daphne screamed as Fred shoved Lena out of his way and then kicked the cat creature off of Daphne. Jack and Lena, along with Simone, were walking towards Fred, Velma, and Bo when they were starting to smoke and decay. The curse was broken. They soon decayed into bones, as the zombies did the same. "What's happening?" Shaggy asked. "Their spirits are decaying, Shaggy," Velma explained. "They can finally rest in peace." With that being said, all the zombies and cat creatures are gone. The gang then turned to see a beat-up Daphne. She had scratches and bruises on her. I saw a big gash was shown on Daphne's legs, as her clothes were stained in blood. "Hang it in there, Daphne," Fred said as he held his best friend. "We can get you help. We can." "Fred?" Daphne asked meekly. "Yes?" Fred asked Daphne as his eyes started to water. "You're my best," Daphne coughed as she looked at Fred while he held one of her hands. "Best friend that I ever had," Daphne said. "No, Daphne, don't do this. I can't lose you now," Fred said, starting to sob. "Fred, take care of the gang," Daphne replied. "And I love you more than anything," Daphne said as she closes her eyes. Fred started to cry, along with Velma, Scooby, and Shaggy and Bo were all crying to the loss of their friend. I started to cry a little myself, too. I think this movie wanted to kill off Daphne, but luckily they didn't show this part in the 1998 version of this movie. Then the last scene transitions to Fred looking at the sunset. "I'm sorry, Fred," Velma said as she tried to comfort her friend. Fred looked at the sunset. "Oh, Daphne," Fred said sadly. "Fred! Fred!" a voice called out. Bo appeared and looked at Fred. "Look who's back!" Bo stepped into the side. As Fred turned to see Daphne walk up towards Fred. She did have a bandage around her left leg, where a huge gash was. She had a lot of scratches, and her left eye was able to be open again. But even when she had a black eye, what matters is that she's alive. "Daphne!" Fred ran up to Daphne, as they both hugged each other when they got close enough. "I thought I'd never see you again." "Bo knew I was alive," Daphne said. "He treated my wounds." "Thank you," Fred said to Bo, "for saving my girlfriend." Fred and Daphne then looked at the sunset, and the two finally kissed. The credits rolled, and the phone screen went black to the iTunes store. After watching that 1997 version of Scooby Doo on Zombie Island, I was surprised. I knew that the 1998 version of the movie was dark, but I didn't expect the 1997 version to be even more dark. And this is where I will stop for part 4. Stay tuned for part 5 of Amy Rose Reed's Scooby Doo on Zombie Island 1997 version.